Hey, good morning, everyone. July 25th. Today is Tuesday. One of my best friend's birthdays is today. Just saw him this past weekend, but it's also Tuesday. It's also Tuesday, day one of the Federal Reserve meeting. So tomorrow we're going to get the meeting minutes. We're going to get the press conference. We're going to get all of it. Today they're going to be behind closed doors talking about XYZ. And let's see what we got, because today is another big day because there are earnings. Massive tech earnings are coming out, and that's going to be the main focus of what I'm going to be talking about today. So huge focus on what is going on in the tech industry as we lay out earnings from Google, Microsoft, which will be reporting after the bell, along with Meta, which will be reporting Wednesday after the bell after the Fed. So these stocks are quote unquote a part of the Magnificent Seven, which had been massive leaders in the stock rally this year, as well as the NASDAQ 100, which just underwent a special rebalance due to overconcentration. A few percentage points were dropped off off of these Magnificent Seven as they were overweight at that point. So artificial intelligence usually has been a buzzword over the past few earnings reports, and I think, or the last one I should say, and I think this time around it's going to do the same, right? It's going to be a massive key component for the post-earnings conference calls, which could further boost the sentiment about future revenues. Microsoft, which spearheaded the AI frenzy with its multi-billion-dollar backing of ChatGPT maker OpenAI, will especially be on watch through the eyes, through the eyes of analysts, but also they're probably going to be watching very closely Google's AI developments. So these very simple words could bolster a massive rally in tech. I still do think that tech has some more downside to come, and I think it can fall a little further than other equities. However, the mention of AI, I think earnings are going to be good in tech. It's going to be very difficult, in my opinion, for tech to actually miss, which could prompt some upside in the overall market. And that's just my opinion. I think that earnings are going to be fairly solid. Signs of cooling inflation also, which put upside pressure in long duration names like tech. And at the end of the cycle could also be a huge benefit for these tech names that could propel the new or the continued rally. Realistically, when we have situations like these where there's just constant bid in the market, right? If you understand order flow, you'll see that day in and day out over the past few weeks, months, the bid has been everlasting, right? So if you take that into consideration, take a look at realistically, what you see is a more shallow support floor that comes out in the market where people just get limited buying opportunities. You get one last push through it, and then the infinite bid starts and continues into the end of the year. So something like that could be shaping up. I'm still under the notion that we are in a very strong bull market. It's been the case for months now. So a lot of these dips are going to be bought. I'm still a little more bearish on this week, however, and the next week. However, I think that dip's going to get snapped up like this, should there be any. The best thing that could happen for traders and investors alike is if earnings cause a large gap down in tech names so they can just get bid back up realistically. Other parts of the tech titans businesses will also be under a microscope. Investors will be paying very close attention to whether growth will bounce back at Amazon's Azure cloud computing unit, as well as PC demands and its Windows and Office businesses. Over at Alphabet, search and YouTube will be on the radar, which will provide a snapshot of online ad spending. Meanwhile, better monetization will be the focus at Meta. And the stats and users numbers surrounding the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and newly released threads are going to be on the radar, in my opinion. So last week we saw that Netflix and Tesla sold off a little more after that earnings report. So far, tech is not necessarily super strong, but at the same time, they're in a different sphere from the tech that we have going on this week, and then next week, so on and so forth. So in terms of news, the FOMC meeting begins today. We also have consumer confidence and Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index at 10 a.m. Eastern time today, and that's how we're going to wrap this up. We're going to be paying close attention after the bell today as tech earnings do come out. I think that's going to be a massive overall area of interest for investors and market participants alike. Today in the futures market, so the S&P 500 futures, before we do open up the trading room, I'm going to be talking about the futures trading plan. to see what we got set up here on the S&P, and there is a lot of volume that's stacking up top. We're in a distribution block between 45.93 and 45.60 right now. There is an area in between around this 82 to 84 that could be interesting, and down below at 70. The way I see this panning out is I think that we do continue the overall distribution, meaning that we stay in balance. So I think some of the sellers that came in at the tops are going to try to push prices down before some buyers eventually do come in to keep prices fairly level on the trading session. That's my thought process on the day. We're going to open our live trading room right now to our futures traders and see what is going on, create a plan, and break it down. Good morning, everyone in the comments. Thank you, and Marco, and I hope everyone has a great day. We'll do this again tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to have news on the earnings reports for Google and Microsoft. Tomorrow we're going to drop those. We're going to break those down and see what is cooking, and we will get ready for the Fed. Tomorrow we are going to be trading the Federal Reserve meeting minutes and press conference with our team in the afternoon. So it's going to be an exciting event. So I hope to see you all there. Let's open up our trading room, and don't forget, check out on our website, we got our free futures trading course. I hope to see you all in there, and we'll chat tomorrow.